Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to a new playthrough on the channel. We're continuing with the debuts on the channel, as tonight we're debuting another dungeon builder from Thunderworks Games. We're playing Stonespine Architects. So as it's been mentioned, dungeon crafting is an ancient Minotaur art, which is what we'll be trying to do in this one. We've got a little bit of setup to finish here. Let me just check through everything. We've got the tracking board up there. We've got some slight changes for solo mode. Each player chooses a color. We've got the priority marker. Oh, priority marker is on the other side of this board, so never mind that. We won't need that. We do have the gold marker up. Okay, we placed the marker. We've got our goal card, which our goal card, we'll take a look at this. Looks like a cubic conundrum. Have the most oozes in your dungeon. 15, 9, or 5 points. Now I'm sure that's not going to be how it's scored in the solo game. Let me look here. Okay, so it looks like it's scored based on... Yeah, it looks like it's going to be based on scoring against jail. We'll explain more about how that works. Let's see. Challenge cards. Which ones are the challenge cards? These are the challenge cards. These are probably also based on endgame scoring. Yep. Gain 3 reputation for each knoll in a single column of chambers in your dungeon. Then our next challenge is the King's Favor. Just gain 10 reputation. Okay. And varied composition. Gain 3 reputation for each uniquely sized cluster of chambers in your dungeon. Cluster is probably based on the types of rooms. Let me look at that. Chamber reputation, dungeon paths. That'll probably make... Well, we should probably see if we can make sense of that. Group of orthogonally adjacent, yep, chambers of the same type. Okay. Challenge. Okay, so we've got to also flip over our market cards. These will come into play later. Our market card here is we've got 2 squares and an oval token, one of which costs 9 gold, the other costs 4. So we will reveal the 2 squares. Setup instructed us to make piles of the different dungeon tokens. Instead, I'm using opaque cups for those. These are elements we can add to the dungeon. And our first square is presumably a trap? No, that's a pit. We'll pull another one out. That looks like a spike trap. It's a blade trap. So it looks like our goal is to create the most dangerous dungeon we can. Then we've got ovals, which are in here. And that is a knoll. So we would need that for the knoll pack. And then our second dungeon card, or second market, is a square and an oval for 9 gold, and then 2 circles. So we'll get the top row out first. And first up, we've got this is a spike trap. Then we need the oval. Looks like a staircase, probably. Nope. Secret passage. I'll bring these over here. Then we need the 2 circles. That looks like treasure to me. Well, that's what we'll go with there. And more treasure, okay. Alright. Let's see, sort the market tokens, assemble the dungeon frames. And we need to flip up our blueprint card, which will tell us how our dungeon, which will tell us what kind of layout we want. And the layout here. Okay, so it looks like we've got our dungeon entrance that goes here. So we want a cobbled in second row, in this first row, second from the left. Then we want 4, what spaces are those? We want stone chambers in a diagonal row. Then we want a goblin in there, then a gnoll in here, and a reputation space of some kind right there. So that's the dungeon layout that we're trying to go for. Okay. Give each player 2 doorway markers. Give 2 players reference cards, and we've got our hand of 5 chamber cards, which we'll take a look at here. Okay. And I think we are all set, so the solo mode is going to be a little bit different, where we'll reveal the top card of the jail deck. So we've got icons there, gold value. Okay, token collection icons. Base reputation is what he starts with, and sets. Okay, so is this the... So this is probably the jail that we're playing against, I think. Jael, by the way. And... okay. So our goal here is he starts off with 10 gold base. When he's got less than 10 gold, he discards the lowest number challenge. Starts off with base 14 reputation and 3 reputation per gnoll. Is presumably what that is. Okay, reveal the top card. So that's his card. Now we're going to place a chamber card from the hand into the dungeon. Let's see. Looking at our dungeon, we want... well, we wanted a kobold in the dungeon, so we'll put that card down there. Then we choose a card to keep for the turn. And we're trying not to match blue cards, which we don't have any of those, so we'll choose... okay, we don't have those. So we choose 1 card in hand to keep and discard any remaining cards. So we want a stone chamber. I'm going to put that down here. I'm going to choose that, so I'm going to put that down here. Then we'll discard everything else and we'll draw 3 cards. Okay. Alrighty then. Let's see. Then we draw a chamber card, so we repeat 2 to 5, which means we place another chamber card. Let's see. We want a stone card here. And I think we'll put a garrison down here. Then it doesn't really matter what we keep. Actually, yikes. I think we'll put the entrance, I think we'll put the lair down here. Then we'll pull a card to keep. Yikes. And the paths don't always have to connect, I don't think. Actually, they might have to connect. Let's see. Players place chamber card. It must be placed in a single row. Doors on chamber cards are not required to match. Okay. So we'll choose a card to keep, which I will keep this card, and we'll discard everything else to draw 2. Okay. Then placing another chamber card, I will place the... do I want the guard room there? Yes. I think I do. No, I don't. I want to make sure I've got gold, so I'll put the gathering place down here. And we still don't have any blue, so we'll discard that and draw 1 card? I believe it's 1 per matching space. For each open position of the current row. Okay, so I guess we're placing that space down there. Okay. Right, keeps 1 and... Okay, so that's what they're... Contains the single card he kept earlier in the turn. Okay. Alright. So total the gold that we've got on the bottom of the card. So 5, 9, 11 gold. So that's what we've got there. Compare your gold value to the gold value on the revealed jail card. We have more gold, so we can buy tokens. Players take turns. Yep. Okay, so we take turns either buying market tokens or passing. So we choose 1 set of market tokens on a single card. Okay, I will spend... So what did we want here? I don't think there's anything... Each chamber can hold up to 4 elements. Okay? So we're going to spend 9 gold, I think, to buy... We're going to buy this set of tokens and go down to 2. So we're going to grab the spike trap and a secret passage, which will use the spike trap here and the secret passage there. Do not depict an element. They're not placed. Instead, they're placed on the edge of, on any edge of a chamber. Excuse me. Okay. So we'll create a chamber. Actually, we'll make that connection down there. And then what does Jail do on with his gold? Collect any tokens corresponding to the current Jail card and place them in Jail's scoring area. So discard the lowest number challenge. Which one is the challenge? Pass to gain a challenge card. Okay, wait. Discard the lowest number challenge. Hold on. Okay, discard the revealed challenge card with the lowest value. So that looks to be this card. Oh, wait, we could have bought a challenge card? Or passing to collect a challenge card. Okay, so actually I will pass here. Now that I'm back to 2 gold, I'll pass, which will give me a challenge card. It'll just give me a straight 10 reputation. Then for Jail, he discards the lowest... Okay. So visit... You continue to buy tokens until you cannot or choose to pass. Okay, so we did that already. Select a revealed challenge card. Jail collects all remaining tokens on the market cards. So he gets all of those. And then we go to the cleanup phase. Which the cleanup phase is completed the same way as in the multiplayer game. Alright, so the cleanup phase discards any remaining tokens. Those go away. And replace them with cards from the market deck. So now we've got a square and a circle for 8, an oval for 4, and a circle, a square and a circle for 7, and a square for 5. So let's go ahead and place all of our tokens. We'll deal with the oval first. We've got another secret passage. Then we've got 2 circles to fill. We've got another treasure. Excuse me. And an ooze is what that is. Yep. Oh, we're done with circles, so now we need squares. We've got 4 of those. Or 3, actually. I can't count. First up is another blade trap. Then we've got a spike trap. And finally, we've got a pit. Okay. And then we are discarding the unclaimed challenge card. So we get 3 new challenge cards. Our first challenge card is Deadly Tomb. Gain 3 reputation for each trap in the 4 central chambers of your dungeon. Then we've got Consistent Sanctum. Gain 2 reputation for each chamber in a single cluster of chambers in your dungeon. And Dogren's Vault. Gain 3 reputations for each reputation star in each treasure chest in the 4 central chambers of your dungeon. Well, it looks like our blueprint is calling for a reputation star in one of the middle chambers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we want another stone chamber right here, and we're back into the construction phase. Okay, so in the construction phase, we reveal the top card of the jail deck. So the top card this time is 14 coins, and we're sensitive to red cards. When he has less than or equal to the number of coins, gather tokens from the top and discard the lowest number challenge. Wait, base reputation 9. Okay. I think that only matters. Hold on. For each card, jail gains the base reputation. Well, I'll see how final scoring works when I get to that. So now back to our chambers. We need to place in this row, and we want a goblin in this chamber, which I think with that in mind, that's going to be well, I'm going to worry about making a connection here, so I'm going to play a concourse down here. And I want... So now I've got to figure out what card I want to keep in my hand for next turn. I'm going to keep a graveyard in my hand because that'll let me make connections here. Then I'll give him any of the red cards I've got, discard the rest, and draw 3. 1, 2, 3. This way I've got 4 cards in my hand. Actually, that might be an even better connection to make as a hallway. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to play a hallway down here, which will let me make a connection to the secret passage. Then I'll keep I'll still keep the graveyard. Then I don't have any red cards to give him, so I'll draw 2. 1, 2. Okay. I actually am going to make the connection here. That'll let me keep the stone going. I'm going to keep the Knoll Hideout. Give him the graveyard and draw 1 card. And then we'll play down the Knoll Hideout. Okay, then we don't have it's not a red card to give him, so we'll discard that. And I will come out of this turn with a total of 9 gold. And then since he's got more gold, he collects tokens on market cards corresponding to the... So he collects these tokens. Does he collect all of them at once? No. Looks like he only collects corresponding to those icons and place them in his scoring area. Discard the revealed challenge card with the lowest value. So he discards with the lowest value. He discards the Consistent Sanctum. And then I can visit the market with 9 gold. Excuse me. Okay, if you buy tokens, adjust my marker on the gold track and place the gold tokens. So I'm going to buy for 4 gold. I'm going to buy another secret passage, which I'll put that on the concourse. Then for 5, I'll buy a pit. And I want pits in the... Actually, for one of these, I could make 3 reputation for each pit in the central space, which I'll put a pit right there. And then that cleans me out of gold, so I am going to grab the Deadly Tomb. Then that goes away. And we go into the cleanup phase once again. So we discard... Actually, he would have still had greater than or equal when he has when he has priority, it looks like. So we just collect... Oh, so we shouldn't have at least 2 of those. So he discards those. So those get discarded, it looks like. And then these get cleared away. And we go into the cleanup phase. That is part of the cleanup phase. Alright. So now our market cards coming out for year 3. We got a square and a circle for 8. And an oval for 4. 2 circles for 7 and 1 for 3. So we'll go ahead and populate everything out. And we've got... Ooh, that looks like that's a fire trap. That goes up here. Then we need an oval, which is a monster, it looks like. Which is a goblin. And treasure. First I need 8 gold. We've got a reputation star. Then to the 7 gold. We've got a reputation star and a slime, which is a monster, and 1 more. Here's another slime for 3. Alright. Then we need to draw new challenge cards. So our next challenge card here, first up, is Thin Fingers Trade. Gain 3 reputation for each unique trap in your dungeon. Next, Sabek's Plunder. Gain 3 reputation for each pair of treasure chest and reputation stars in your dungeon. And Canine Companions. Gain 3 reputation for each pair of gnolls in your dungeon. Alright, then we're drawing a new hand of 5 chamber cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're flipping over a new jail card. So our jail card for year 3 is green and base 15 gold. When he is less, discard the lowest number challenge. Base reputation 10, 3 stars, 3 reputation for each treasure. Let's see. What do we want to do here? We have very much made a mess of the chamber requirements here, but I am going to place a dwelling down here, and we give him the green cards, which I have 1. Actually, I think we give him that. Do we give him that first, or do we decide what we want to keep? Okay, so Right, so I didn't want to keep that anyway. So I will keep the I'm going to keep the... There's no... Unfortunately, there's no... in the... Okay, I'm going to keep the coffers so I can make a connection right here, barring anything unusual. We'll draw 3. Okay, this actually might be even better, this new card I just drew. A throughway, which I will go ahead and place down. So I'll place the throughway down there. Then what do I want to keep? I'm going to keep these barracks, especially if I think I'm getting the... Especially if I think I'm going to try to get that canine companion here. Then we'll discard these. Oh, wait. Did he have any... Were there any green cards? No. So we draw 2, and we're placing another room. Well, let's go ahead and place down the barracks. We don't have any green cards. I will keep the... I'll keep the ambush room. Actually, no. We'll keep the catacombs. Mostly because that's more gold. And then I'm going to play out the catacombs. So I discard the last card from my hand. It wasn't a green, so jail doesn't get to use it. Okay. Alright, so we total our gold, which is on the... which I believe is totaling from the current row. And 3 for their treasure chest. So that's what the treasure chests are for. 5, 11. He's got a base of 15. So that means he's going to the market first. He is collecting the... He's collecting these tokens. And then he'll discard the revealed challenge card with the lowest value. Oh, so it's actually the number. He's going to discard the unique traps, which I was kind of... well, I was either eyeing that or the canine companions. Let's see. What do I want to do here? Well, we're going to spend 4 to get the goblin. And I'll put the goblin in here. Then we'll spend our other 7 to grab the reputation and the slime. Which I'll put the reputation here. And the slime here. Presumably those can be placed anywhere. Yeah, looks like it. Okay. And now we're passing. Now we have to pass. So I'm going to grab the canine companions. And we'll discard that last card, and we're into the last cleanup phase of the game already. Which means that goes away. And we get 2 new market cards. First up, we've got a circle and an oval for 7, and an oval for 4. Then 2 monsters for 9, and a treasure for 3. So we'll place the... Excuse me, so that means we don't need the traps anymore. We'll place the rest of these out. So we'll place our monsters first. We've got a knoll. Then on the monster for 4, we've got a goblin. Then we've got another goblin. And our last monster is another kobold. And our circles first up, we've got an ooze. And on the 3 token, on the 3 space, we have a treasure. Right. And now we draw a... Actually, we're headed into year 3, so we're not going to reveal new challenge cards, but I will get a new hand of 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not a great spot to be in. But let's see what we can do here. Right, we need to reveal a new JL card. So our new card here, which is one of these. Blue, 12 gold as base, 13 reputation, 2 per kobold. Let's see, what do we want to do here? Well, I think we're going to start off by placing the... And we've got to be sensitive about blue. I'm going to go ahead and place the breezeway down here, which is my only blue card, so I'm not worried about that. Let's see. Right. We would put a card aside, which I'm going to put the Torment Room aside. Unfortunately, that is going to give him the warehouse. I'll discard everything else and draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Alright, I'm going to put the forge down here. Then decide what I want to keep. Which I'm going to keep the watering hole. Mostly so I don't have to give it to him. And then draw 2. Now I'm going to put the watering hole down here. Then I'm going to keep the flagstone hall, which will give him the lounge, and we'll draw up on the intersection. And I'm going to play down the flagstone hall, which will give him the intersection. And then that is the end of that's the end of the market phase. Let's see. So when do we place the dungeon exit? At the end of year 4. Okay, so we get a total of... So we have a total of 10, 11 gold, which is still more than he's got. So he grabs this goblin, the goblin and the kobold. Looks like he does grab them both. Or is that a corresponding... Okay, so he does collect all of them. So he collects these as well. Okay, that makes more sense. And then he discards the lowest number challenge, but we're not worried about that here. With 11, I'm going to spend 7 to get the ooze and the kobold. Which, actually, that's a knoll. I'm going to put the knoll down here. And the ooze is going to go here. Then for 3, I'm going to get a treasure, which I'll put that down here. And now I place my exit, which let me tip that down so you can see where the exit actually is. The exit's down here if I can ever keep the cord for my light, which I never turned on. So my exit's down here, and that's the end of the game. So scoring in solo is the same as the solo side of the score pad. Oh, this is the solo side of the score pad. Okay. So let's see how we tally up scoring for the end of the game. Alright, final priority is not a thing. So compare the position of your marker to the gold value that jail had. Okay. Let's see. Scoring in solo play is the same as in multiplayer, yada, yada, yada. Except for final priority, which is replaced by final gold. So I compare the position of my marker to the gold track on the jail card. Looks like he scored that one. So 9 points for jail, 6 for me. And on the goal card, I compare my dungeon to jail's collected chamber and market tokens and cards. So the goal was to have the most oozes in the dungeon. He had, in the rooms he collected, he had 2. I had 4. Looks like there, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. I had 4, so I get 15 points for that. He gets 9. Then my jail card gains the base reputation and reputation according to the condition. So the first card was... so the first card was 14 plus 3 per knoll. He had 14 plus 1 knoll, so that's 17 points on that. My first challenge card was the King's Favor, which just gives me a straight 10 reputation. Then number 2 is the Deadly Tomb. I gained 3 points for each trap in the 4 central chambers, which is right here. I've got a pit and I thought I had a blade trap. I have a blade trap right there. I assume the pit counts as the pit's a trap, so I get 6 points for that. Then on his second card, he gains 9 points plus 2 per trap. 2, 3, 4. So that's another 17 points for jail. And my third gives me 3 points per pair of knolls. How many knolls did I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's another 9 points. And then on his third jail card. He gets 10 points plus 3 per treasure. That's another 19. Then on his 4th card, he gets 13 plus 2 per kobold, so that's 15 for jail. And then I evaluate my layout. So I assume that's going to be based on the... Oh no, that's based on the... Okay. So now we earn Chamber Reputation. Actually, yeah, that looks like Path. And you gain Reputation for paths that connect to either their exit or entrance. So here, okay, so connecting to the entrance first, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for connecting to entrance, and 1 to exit, so a total of 9 points. Then Reputation stars, he had 1. I had 1, 2, 3. And then evaluating on the blueprint, and for how many goals we met. Let's see, so coming back to my blueprint, I wanted a kobold in this space, and I have one. Wanted a stone space here, that's a cave, so no. Goblin here, no. Stone here, yes. Stone here, yes. Entrance star, yes. Stone, yes. Kobold, no. So I'm at 6 goals, which gives me another 10 victory points. And then the total, yikes, this is going to be horrendous. Fortunately, I've got my phone in here, so I can use that as a calculator. So bear with me just a second while I get my calculator out. This is not, spoiler alert folks, this is not going to be close. Let's see, 6 plus 15, 10, 6, 9, 9, 3, 10. I scored 68 victory points, and I'm sure jail blew me out of the water. 17, 17, 19, 15, 1, 87. So yeah, jail won this one, 87 to 68, and that'll do it for this playthrough of Stonespine Architects. I think I'm willing to give this at least one more shot now that I'm starting to make a little bit more sense of it. I do like the Thunderworks Games solo games, as they do have a certain flow to them. But yeah, I'm probably going to give this and Super Boss Monster one more go, just to see what I think of both of them as dungeon crafters. I think I'm probably leaning, if anything, toward Super Boss Monster a little bit more. But we'll probably give these another go, and then, well, actually I don't know when I'm going to give them a go, because the 2009-10 season is starting very soon, as in on Wednesday. So yeah, we're not going to have a lot of time to do that, but we're going to wrap this video up. There will be one more video coming tonight. I've got one more unboxing that I want to get to tonight, so we're going to see to that. Then we're going to have set up for our video tomorrow morning, as we'll be playing APA Golf. As for what else is scheduled on the channel, as I mentioned, Wednesday's opening day for the 2009-10 hockey season replay, as we will be in, I believe it was in Boston we established, right? Yes. Where the Boston Bruins will be hosting the Washington Capitals. Excuse me. Before that, though, Monday we will have Pino with Phoenix for June 2025. And Saturday next week we will be in a new cookbook for Mystical Munchies, but I'll talk more about that during Pino with Phoenix. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.